Good morning, Kitchen Sink family members. Good morning. So, how are you? How are we? Thank you so much. Our vlogging went very well. The one I posted last time, walking with my friend, and today I'm not walking. I'm not walking today, but I am engaging in something that I really felt was important for me to share with you. I will be going to prison. I'm going to prison as it's a gesture that I felt I could do in my life as I'm growing older. I don't like going there all the time, but I've committed to going there at least once a year. In our church, we have what they call prison ministries. There are people that are really committed. They go there all the time throughout the year. I didn't feel like I could be one of those people to do that. So I decided I will go there at least once a year. At least once a year. I mean, I don't know about you people. Do you have something that you feel I would like to do this, but I'm not you're not sure how to do it, but you keep telling yourself I want it, almost like a bucket list item. Like, there's some important things in life that I would like to do as I'm growing or as I'm living life. What are those things for you? For me, visiting prisoners in prison, not necessarily because they're my friends or they're my relative, just as a social commitment to community. I always felt obligated to visit people in prison. And finally, I have been able to do it through our church. I'm only able to do it once a year, guys. Once a year. And I'm committed. So today, we will have conversations with those that I will be going with. I suspect they will bunch us up so that not everybody is driving in. And so we will be talking with my friends as we will be going to visit, prisoners at a local prison not far from here. And yeah, so catch up with you a bit later. But thank you for coming. Hallelujah. So now, guys, we're going to prison. I'm going to hand over my phone to a dear friend who's sitting next to me. She's going to be filming. Please understand, we are different. She will most of the time you will see me, but you will hear their voices. So they are laughing at themselves that they're going to be appearing on YouTube. Yay! You can hold like this. You are focusing on me right now when it is like that. So yeah, what we want to discuss is things that happen in life. Like I said earlier on, I'm going to prison. I only do this once a year. Like I said, I don't want to pretend like I do this often. And but like I said, I do this because I felt like in my life, surely I can do this. Surely I can do this at least once a year. So I'm asking my friends here, is there anything in your life that you want to do, you can do, you wish to do, but you can only do it, say, once a year or twice a year, I also wanted to ask them, these ones, I have the fundis of people who go to prison with me here. They go there all the time. How often do you go?
At least twice a year.
Twice a year, that's good. Jokas, do you also do twice a year?
For me, it's been once a year.
Once a year? And Rufaro?
When I can.
When you can?
Yeah.
Do you know this is very important? Because I think sometimes people don't do certain things because you think you have to do it every day, all the time. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if it comes across like, twice a year, once a year, as and when I'm able to, it makes it doable. It makes it doable, guys. So if there's anyone out there, you've always desired to do this, you don't have to do it all the time. You can do it once a year, you can do it twice a year, you can do it as and when you are able to do it. That's what is important. So, why did you start going to prison, Joe?
I think for me, the fact that it says in Matthew that you came when I was in prison.
Wow.
You visited me.
Yes.
I asked myself, why would he include all prison amongst all the things he said, because he said when I was hungry you gave me food.
Yes.
He said when I was in hospital, when I was sick, you visited me. But then he added when I was in prison. And I was like, but why would you bother with the prisoners? They did wrong. They committed crime. Why would you bother with the prisoners?
Right.
But it's actually added on to the rest, where there is when I was hungry and when I was naked.
Right.
It's as important.
Yes.
That's what hit me. It's as important to Jesus.
Right.
That I visit the prisoners.
Yes. As
clothing the ones that don't have clothes, and giving food to those that don't have food.
Having said something so beautiful, I think they want to see your face. That's Joe Matambanazo. That's Joe Matambanazo there. She was preaching it to us, what Jesus said. And you know what? I don't only think we should go to prison only. Yes, we are going to prison, but like you said, he also said feed the hungry.
Yeah.
He also said see the sick in hospital. You know, these are things that anyone can do, young and old. We can do and give back to our communities. Now my question is, sometimes it's easier to give back to the community than it is to give back to family. What do you think? What do you think?
It's true, because when you're in church setting, you might think that, you know, I'm doing it as a church person.
Yeah.
So I'm in the ministry of visiting the sick.
Yes.
I'm in the ministry. So you can, it's easy because you've plugged into a ministry.
Right.
So easy that you can forget that you have sick relatives.
Yes.
That are in hospital that you never see.
Yeah.
Why? Because there isn't like a ministry. There's no title, there's no cubby hole that you can put us to say, right, you ministry, go and minister.
Yeah.
So I think that's how one can easily be led astray when it comes to helps and compassion and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah. And like feeding the hungry, I really have a dilemma when I meet people on the streets. You know, in Harare, in Zimbabwe, guys, and in Africa, I could safely say this about Africa. We have people that are always begging at the street corners and everywhere. Sometimes the only way that I'm able to pass them is when I know that those of my family that I need, I'm participating, I'm feeding those who are hungry in my family. Those through church, we collect stuff. You can explain. We can explain. You know, you never know. Somebody might want to donate to Boaz.
Yeah.
Why should I explain? Let Joe explain to you guys. Joe, you have to show yourself. You have to. Me, I'm driving and talking at the same time.
So in church, like I said, sometimes you're plugged in and you have a ministry. So the ministry that I'm in is Compassion Ministry, which we call Boaz Field. Why do we call it Boaz Field? Because Boaz is in Ruth, where according to the Old Testament, when you plowed a land, you were to leave the corners for the poor. You were to leave the corners for people who don't have anything to eat. And that was a command that was in the Old Testament. So when this lady Ruth now went to go and look for food, she went to this field called and it belonged to a man called Boaz. And she began to glean in that field. But Boaz didn't just say, okay, glean in the corners where everybody else gleans. He said, even take some from the stalks which we have already taken.
Right.
Leave some for her. Drop some of the, when the men were picking the wheat, he said, no, leave some for her. And in fact, take from the ones you have already tied up in sheaves and give her. That's how generous. That's why we call it Boaz Field, because we're saying we're out here to be generous and helpful and have compassion for those who don't have food. And he went on to say, Kuti, make sure nobody harms her. So in Boaz, we're saying there's protection as well. Boaz was exhibiting protection, help, compassion, kindness, generosity, feeding as well. So that's why we call it Boaz Field. And we welcome all donations so that we help people in the community. We help people. A lot of our community come from 𝐻𝐶𝐓 because we're in close proximity to 𝐻𝐶𝐓. So that's where most of our people come from. But we also have widows that we take care of.
Interesting,
We also have 2 homes that we take care of. We take care of orphans. We take care of, we help give food to like granny-headed families. Because what happened is, even during COVID, parents died and left their children with their grandmothers. During the AIDS scourge as well, parents died and left the children's grandmothers. So instead of letting those children go into orphanages and homes, because we no longer call them orphanages, instead of taking those children into care, we want to support them where they are.
Yeah.
So we would rather, we give you food packs, we help pay school fees, so that they can stay in a family setting.
So are you doing that?
That's what we do.
Really? You're
Yes.
paying school fees?
Yes.
Because on this channel, Kitchen Sink family members, I do have people in the diaspora. In case they were wondering how to give back to Zimbabwe, if you give through Faith Ministries, Borodo Community Church, I'll put our links, in this video. I'll put our links in the video, and I would like for you to feel free to give. Just indicate compassion.
Yes.
You could even state prison so that people can give, because sometimes someone will think about it. Like I said, it may be something that people don't think about it every day, but at least the one time you think about it, you want to be able to do it, because we are given to give as people. Thank you so much. I do have other people in the car. There's Rufaro, there's Dorcas. Guys, who of you is not camera shy there? Please say something.
I'm shy.
Dorcas, are you shy?
Also shy, but I would like to say, for me, when I started attending the prisons ministry, I was actually inspired by Auntie Paswakavambwa, if you remember her.
Yes.
She used to come to BCC, and I used to say, I would like to join you. But I never did for all these years. And then there's something that happened in our household. Our employee, he raped his own daughter.
Ooh.
So he was taken to prison. And the first year I went to prisons, I was actually charged by those people at the prison, the way they are, they're like vulnerable. So I thought it was a good way to preach to them. Some of them went into prison not knowing the Lord. I also follow a channel called God Behind Bars. It's just how touching people give their lives when they're in prison. They are back to their senses, and they accept God. So yeah, that is.
Wow. Your little story there is just horrendous. And yet, look what it did. It triggered the good side of you. And now you are part of a whole ministry. Not just because to go and see your former employee, but because when you went, then your eyes were opened to other needs. Thank you so much. Guys, can you imagine? I know we can't pass this one. A father raping their own daughter. These are some of the situations that we encounter. Well, the ones a year that we go there. These are some of the cases, or rather reasons, why people are incarcerated. However, when we go there, we don't go there asking them why they are in prison. We just go there to give love.
Yeah.
We go there to meet their basic needs. Like, not anyone, envisages being imprisoned such that when you are going to court, you carry a bucket, a towel, a toothbrush, a piece of soap. No one does that. When you go to prison, you go to prison with just the person that you are, and then you find yourself in this space, and there's no soap, there's no bucket, there's no basic amenities that we take for granted in life. And for women, it's even worse. They don't have sanitary towels, so their hygiene is compromised. They don't have bath towels, some of them. So,
and some of them have their children in there.
Some
babies.
of them give birth to children in prison. Some of them bring little babies to prison. So that's why it becomes very, very important to go to prison, but also to look out for those of your family members that you may not be knowing that they've no towel to bath with.
Yeah.
They've no bucket. They've no toothbrushes.
Yeah.
These basic things. They've no soap, And I'm saying to us today, These could be your bucket list items that you commit to do at least once, twice a year in your own family. Make a plan and plan to do good to your extended family. I was so touched. I went to a funeral. I can't remember whether it was. I think it was in Zimuto. A friend of ours lost their mom, and we went to bury them. And when we were just discussing with people in the village, somebody was mentioning a son, sorry, a son of the village who brings a truckload of maize to their village, particularly because last rain season was a drought, just for the elderly and the disadvantaged in their community to have something to eat, you know, by way of maize meal, you know, our staple food. So, and what we are asking, you know, a ton of maize, sometimes it sells for $300, $400, and it goes far, you know, in a village setting. And so these little good things, and look, we don't have Thanksgiving Day in Zimbabwe. We always create our own. But before Christmas, I would like Kitchen Sink family members, I would like for you to think of something good that you can do, no matter how small, no matter how big. Think of something out of the scope of your normal things that you do in life. You know, buying each other your Gucci's, your Louis Vuitton, whatever you call them. Buy Millie Meal, buy soap, a bucket, salt, Vaseline, you know, bath towels. Do hampers this Christmas. Do hampers to give to the needy in your family, in your area, you know, and God will remember you. God will remember you. So thank you so much, dearly beloved. Thank you, thank you. We'll catch up with you. I don't know if do they allow us to film?
No.
They don't even allow us cell phones, do they?
No.
Yeah, so I'll just show you a clip. I'll show you what we are carrying today, so that you have an idea of what we are talking about. That we're not talking about buying very expensive things, but these are basic things, basic necessities for one's survival when you are incarcerated. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to do this at least once a year to the prisoners, but all the time to our families. Thank you. I'll catch up with you just now. Hi, my friends. Hi. Yeah, it's been a long day. It's now like what, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We started off around 8 a.m. in the morning. I've been at it with my friends. I've had to leave them to finish off some of the errands of our day because I was just tired. You know, visiting the prison, it just drains me. We carry with us a little goodies, which we also distribute at the end of our visit. So that really takes quite a bit out of us. But we had a beautiful journey. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. And like I said in the morning, would be good if as a people look out for those in need around us this Christmas. Give the gift of love, but do so thoughtfully. You know, look, I said it before, going to prison is one of those things that somebody could do. Can you imagine? We met somebody who's been imprisoned. I think they said they've been there for like 12 years. They've never had a visitor. Look, they acknowledge that they did wrong, but we have to share with them the love of Jesus Christ. That's really what fills me when I am able to do it, is the fact that we have to give the love of Jesus. He loved them, you know, and yeah, we were able to do that, and we're able to leave a few goodies. I took some pictures of what we were able to share with them. It may not make sense to other people in other regions, but you know, for our prisons, it makes a lot of sense. Buckets so that they could use to bath themselves, soap, popcorn, which we call maputi here, and some Vaseline. That's all that we were able to do today because we're going to a male hall. If it is a female hole, usually that includes sanitary towels, and things like that. So yeah, that's what we've been able to do today. So happy that we've done this. But I'd like to challenge us. I'd like to challenge us, dearly beloved, do something good. Feed some orphans, some widow, some family that's struggling, within your arm's length. And let's carry the spirit of Christ amongst us, that we do the best we can when we can, and we will have a good closure to year 2024. I've done my bit. Please do yours as well. I cannot remember of anything else. Today's primary lesson was there are things in life that good people like kitchen sink family members would like to do, but often we stop at doing them because we think it's impossible. I don't have the time, or where do I start? I'm just giving you teasers so that you can see that some of these things can be done. So thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for your support. Truly, truly, may the Lord bless you. I love you dearly. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe, comment, like, share, and turn on the notification button. We are on the go. We are on the go. I'm trusting that the second week of December, we will take 1 or 2 kitchen sink family members with us for an outing. If it works out the way that I'm thinking, then we will do some vlogs while we are out there. But thank you so much, dearly beloved. Thank you. Please, let's keep sharing these videos. Thank you.